Hey guys, what's up? This is David from ConMenRDW here, and I am here with Brendan, aka AG Backtech.
Yo, what is going on? How y'all doing?
Yes, we're doing great because it is Summer Games
Yeah.
Fest season, and we are now able to talk about all the crazy things we saw in mass throughout that
Oh
week.
God.
A lot of games, a lot of demos, a lot of awesome things coming our way in the near future. So we got a lot of trailers to go through. We have a good handful to highlight from the whole showcase as a whole, and we're just gonna go down the line here. We got timestamps in the video for you if you guys want to hear us talk about one specific type of thing. But we're just gonna go down the line of everything that drew our attention specifically in the showcase, and then hopefully, if you guys like stuff about it, you can also talk about it in the comments down below. Or if you never heard about it, hopefully we can put you on to some awesome goodness, because, like we said, there's a lot of awesome stuff out there. So let's
It,
get
it's
started.
so much.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get started here with obviously one of my biggest highlights of the show. We got Scott Pilgrim EX, which is
Bro,
insane,
that shit. That
crazy
shit
work.
was nuts. I'm like, are we fucking back at it again?
We're back. We're recession game for real. Like, we're actually get back where we were,
Recession
because
time.
yeah,
The
like
recession has brought us some good things.
we're all the
The
way back.
returns of classics.
Like, it's my childhood has returned, and Scott Pilgrim not only
Are,
had an amazing anime a couple, like, it was like 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
hmm
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Scott,
yeah, yeah, a year and a half ago, I think.
yeah, so Scott Pilgrim came back with an anime, and now Scott Pilgrim is back again with a game that is actually a canonical follow-up to the anime, because we didn't get a second season of that. So now I guess Brian Lee O'Malley, the head of
Pissed.
Scott Pilgrim, was just like, you know what, whatever, we're just gonna make a video game. And Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, was already like it was like the beginning of the return of beat 'em ups back in that time frame. And since then, we've gotten so many that also try to harken back to that essence that the modern beat 'em up that Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, brought. So now we're just back there again with Scott Pilgrim EX, which is coming to pretty much every console and every platform possible,
Yeah.
and that's just awesome. So
Yeah, no, this game looks stunning. Like uh fucking tribute games, they never fucking miss with how well like they do the pixel art style. Like,
yeah,
period. And of
freaking
course we got Anamanaguchi back on the soundtrack yet again, which is
another
again
good
a
one,
fucking banger.
which
Does
is
not
like
miss.
one of
So
their
I'm really
essentials.
happy
Yeah.
to see this come around. Watching the trailer, it seems that the combat seems a bit more deeper too. So I'm pretty good happy about that.
Oh yeah, the art style is a lot better. Like, I already loved the pixel art style from the first game, and then it just pretty much enhanced that and got like another high quality pixel art style to reflect the current day Scott Pilgrim art style as well. But yeah, Tribute Games be going crazy with the beat 'em ups,
Mhm.
because we also have the TMNT Shredder's Revenge game, and then we also have another game that we can bring up from the showcase as well that is a beat 'em up from Tribute Games. We got the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game. Yeah, Cosmic
Yes,
Invasion. Yeah.
this is I saw a trailer for this. I saw a trailer for this. I believe I saw it on Blue Sky, and I think I saw it on YouTube like before the Games Fest. And I'm like, this is gonna be fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
So, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a Marvel beat 'em up akin to like how the X-Men beat 'em up used to be way back in the day, and like all the other classics. Again akin to Shredder's Revenge. 'Cause I think this is also being put out by
Same team.
Daimu as
Yeah.
well. And this game is going. Yeah, this game is going to be. Oh yeah, developed by Tribute Games as well. So yeah, this game is going to be a banger. Like I've always really loved these these fucking like side scroller beat 'em up games, especially with the Marvel heroes. And it's cool to see that they have like an array of characters, and of course bringing back like couch co-op in its classic form. So I'm really excited to play it. Looks amazing. I know it's gonna feel great too. So this is gonna be a hell of a time. So I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to
And
it.
there's still like a lot more characters that they need to reveal from that game too. I think Jeff said it's gonna be like 15 or so characters, and I think they've only revealed 9 of them
Yeah,
right now, with the addition of Rocket
yeah.
Raccoon and
Here we go.
She-Hulk
Yeah.
representation for once in a while.
Uh, yep.
So
Yep, and I love how it's they're doing the Annihilation Wave, which is like an event that happens in Marvel Comics where like bad guy comes from an alternate dimension to fuck shit up, and it's gonna be really fucking crazy.
oh, so
So
this is like a
I'm
story,
looking
like
forward to getting
one of
my
those
hands on
comic
this.
stories.
Yeah, for the most part, it's like it's bringing a bunch of like as you would expect out of a comic book game. They're bringing in a bunch of like the classic heroes and villains. Like in the I just dropped the other trailer to you, and they showed off like the bugs for the Annihilation Wave. They showed off the Sentinels from like the Sentinel Project. So like expect to see a whole array of enemies from the comic books. You got like AIM, like advanced idea mechanics. So you got a lot of shit happening, and of course it looks great, and I know it's going to play amazing. So definitely one of those quintessential games to have on your console, especially if you love playing couch co-op with your friends, because it does support 4-player co-op. I do wish that we are able to do like more than just 4-player co-op locally, because I think the only game that did that was the PS3 port of the X-Men arcade game, where that game was like 5 or 6 player co-op, like IRL, and the PS3 was the only system that did more than 4-player co-op. So like locally, just without the controllers paired up to it. But yeah, no, this is definitely up my alley. And of course, shout outs to Mark and King Two Darks, aka Al, because this will also be up their alley too, because they're both big comic guys as well.
Well, that'll be a really good like online group stream or something like that. And speaking
Garen fucking teed.
Speaking of games that are great for local couch play, we have Sonic Racing Cross World got another trailer, and this was a big one.
Sir.
This is a very big one because we already knew
a huge trailer.
Because like the first trailer showed that we've got Extreme Gear back from Sonic Riders and everything, and that's like crazy that they're going back to that modern day. But the big thing with Cross Worlds is that there's portals. You're going to different like dimensions and things like that, and we thought it was going to be limited to just Sonic IP. Nah, bro. Cross Worlds means Cross Sega, apparently, because we got Hatsune Miku, and we got Ichiban from Like a Dragon, and we got
Ichiban Kasuga,
and we also got Joker from Persona, and
which all makes sense.
And we also got like not even Sega IP. We just have crossing worlds, crossing franchises. Minecraft, Steve, Alex, and Creeper from Minecraft are also gonna be in Cross World, and that's crazy.
The Steve one threw me for a loop. I'm like, Steve of all people. Okay, like it kind of made me mad, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, why not? So
it's like having Minecraft.
Me personally, I'm genuinely excited. It's a dead ass bit. Like first it was Smash. And then Steve was like such a meme, but he was like actually low key broken and banned in a lot of tournaments. And then now he's here, and I was actually venting to the community in the Discord about this. Well, not venting, but just yapping about it for a bit. Ichiban is the best Yakuza representation they could have picked, because he already has a kart racer in Yakuza 7 and 8. So it just makes fucking sense. And the fact to see that you have Miku and some of the other Sonic Riders characters like riding on boards instead of driving in cars, honestly, Sega is just one step away from just bringing back Sonic Riders. Like one step away. As it stands right now, the Sonic community is doing all the heavy lifting in making and like porting the game to PC, or decompiling it and porting the game to PC, and then fixing a bunch of stuff to make the game more modern. And they've been doing a phenomenal job. But it is good to see that the Sonic Racing series is still going, because I believe I was talking to Mark about this on his stream earlier in the week, and it's for a kart racer competitor to Mario Kart, this game can hold up on its own no fucking problem. So I am really excited to see this game come out, and I'm curious to see who else are they going to put in there. Like, are we going to get real IRL racer Danica Patrick again?
Yeah, at this point we
might. They got I just noticed in the trailer they had the Werehog pack from Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Dude.
That's gonna be great.
And even
that's gonna be great.
I've heard like things that they might end up putting like SpongeBob or something in the game for some reason.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? You got Steve. The world is your oyster, and like it's Sega. I could see them if Game Mill or whatever low tier licensed IP company is not working on a racing game, they can grab SpongeBob. They can grab pretty much whoever they want.
Yeah, that
Can't
was the
wait to
pull.
see
It was just mostly the HUD.
Heihachi Mishima driving on the track.
Dude, yeah, that's gonna be so silly. Let's see here. Let's talk about. Well, actually, this was a big one for me. Everyone's been talking about freaking where's Silk Song, or Silk Song's finally shown itself, but not entirely. Like Chain Cherry has been freaking teasing us this whole time, and now we actually got a freaking Mina the Hollower reveal at Game Fest, which is insane to me.
This is your Silk Song,
dude. No, bro, like people haven't played this that much. There's a demo out right now, currently on Steam, for Mina the Hollower. I think you and Mark would love this game. Like, this is such a good video game. Like, yeah, the Yacht Club Games team, the people who made Shovel Knight, the entire Shovel Knight franchise, is now retiring Shovel Knight, and they are moving on to another franchise, which is Mina the Hollower. And man, this game has been in the works for a long time. Like, I got my hands on it at PAX East 2023, and it already was good. It felt like it was almost done, but it's still been cooking since then, and it looks even better than it did 2 years ago. Noticeably so. Like, I went back and looked at gameplay that I had.
You were gushing over Mina the Hollower. You're like, dude, this game's gonna be so damn good.
It is.
So good. Like,
and
ever since like you came back to the hotel.
Yeah, and they like just never talked about it again. They just literally went radio silent until it was ready, and I guess now it's ready. It's coming out this year in October, and yeah, it's so good. It feels, the controls are tight, the gameplay is great, the visuals are such a love letter to like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color era top-down action RPGs and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I can't wait to play Mina the Hollower.
Could you imagine getting this on a cart and a Game Boy? Like,
dude, if they wanted to do some limited run shit with this,
you would
lose
your mind.
Mm-hmm.
They likely will. And I'll definitely get my hands on this as well too. But you have to play Shovel Knight, because that game is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I gotta actually roll credits on most of the Shovel Knight games. Yeah,
I actually gotta play through the DLCs, because I bought the game and then they're like, oh hey, if you already own the game, here's like the Plague Knight DLC and the Shield Knight DLC. They're just giving a bunch of stuff away for free, damn near. I'm like, yo, hold on. Like, Yacht Club does not miss, and I'm so grateful that they took their time with this. And this game is going to be an instant classic, like guaranteed. Sure. Especially once I get my handheld PC. Or if not that, maybe I'll probably get it on my Switch. We'll see. This is going to be one of those games I will be playing on the go.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a really good game to have on my Switch, too, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Up next, let's talk about Stranger Than Heaven. Talking about Like a Dragon and stuff.
Ah, yes.
The game
my
that
domain.
was previously classified as Project Century from, I think it was like Game Fest or some game show last year. We saw it.
Game Awards.
Game Awards? Yeah.
It was Game Awards.
Oh, yeah. So from the Game Awards,
I'm
Project
very confident
Century.
of Game Awards.
But now it actually has a name, Stranger Than Heaven. And it looks great.
It looks amazing. Like, they took the Dragon Engine, and the Dragon Engine is probably one of Sega's best looking internal engines, next to like the Hedgehog engine from Sonic Unleashed, especially when fully optimized. And this game looks great. Like, it's, for what we know, safe to assume, nothing to do with the Yakuza games. You're basically in Sotenbori in like the 40s, or at least like their iteration of Sotenbori in the 40s. And it's very fascinating. Definitely more like investigative, like Judgment, but still like more brutal combat focus, like how you get in the Yakuza games. And of course, you can choose to spare or kill somebody, so it's insane what you can do. So I would love to see more gameplay of it, but for the time being, it just looks very grounded, to be honest. Like, I'm expecting some nonsense and some references as usual, but for the most part, with how heavy the impacts are and how gritty the city feels, especially like in the shadows and like in the underbelly, it feels like a really good movie and a really good story waiting to be told.
Yeah, I was gonna say this game ended up getting like a best narrative award for sure.
Guaranteed. And like, I'm curious to see what's gonna unfold from this game. And I'm also curious to see that, okay, since Judgment ended. Like the Judgment series is more or less done with Lost Judgment, the sequel, and Ichiban is still doing his own thing. Who's to say what they're gonna do next? Like I'm pretty confident that they're gonna keep Ichiban's story going for a little bit longer because they just came out with Like a Pirate Yakuza earlier this year, and not earlier this year. Yeah, no, it's last year, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, they already came out with the Yakuza game, the spin-off game with Majima, and then this is going to be their other project. So that every other year they tend to ping pong and flip flop between Yakuza and like another game, like by the same team. So like Team A and Team B. So we're gonna see. So I'm really curious to see how this pans out, and this will definitely be a pre-order for me. And I'm just again really curious and really excited to see this come.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how it looks in motion when it's fully released. Because, I mean, I'm not into Yakuza or Like a Dragon, but I do respect those stories and those franchises, and the fact that they're able to just take that power that they have from that and then just branch it into a different story is really cool.
Story's gonna be good. Like they're writing like as a whole with the series, the writing doesn't miss. Like like there's sort of some nonsense you can be like, all right, well this is just a video game and it's just some BS fantasy. At the same time, it's like it's still a very well orchestrated story. So
Speaking
I'm looking
well
forward
orchestrated stories. Atomic Heart.
Crispy critters.
Like you would disagree.
Crispy freaking critters. So this game is interesting because first off, they call this a spiritual successor to the first game. I'm
Which
like,
is wild because
you're the same studio,
yeah,
making a sequel to your game that you made.
Sequel, yeah.
But it is more, it is a lot more open RPG like. Now I will say that Atomic Heart, it looks pretty, and it feels good to play. That being said, this game goes hard on mute. So I'm really glad to see they've expanded on the game's mechanics. Like they have a grappling hook now. You already had your power glove where you can use to like use your powers like akin to BioShock. But I am curious to see what's going on. We don't really have much information. Like you are seeing moments where you have at least two characters in the same area. So is it going to be co-op? We do not know. But regardless, this game is going to be a very good looking game, and it's going to be a very good feeling game because Atomic Heart has always had very good mechanics. Like the shooting felt as good as Doom Eternal, and a little bit of like BioShock 2, where like how satisfying the gun punch is, and then of course the abilities are pretty crazy. And then just seeing like everything that's happening, it's a lot to take in, and we don't have a lot of information. We do not have a lot of information to go off of. So I am looking forward to it. Looking at this trailer, it does make me want to give Atomic Heart another shot because the game was cool, but the dialogue was annoying. That's the only thing that turned me off from the game, was just the dialogue. Gameplay wise,
like that they're able to still make sexy robots and put them on screen because they have a damn good robot engine.
They got a damn good robot ass.
But the game looks like I don't really
crazy.
know what the whole story or like what was going on in the first game, but this looks a little more like actiony. Maybe like I don't even know what to.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on in this.
So
game.
TLDR takes place in like super future Russia, where Russia has like all the atomic power and they won the war. Like USSR Russia, and a lot of the time, and from what I can recall, a lot of it is just like advancement in technology. But in Atomic Heart 1, a lot of the automatons go rogue, and you're trying to find out why. Like you're sent in as protagonist man, you're sent in to find out what's going on and to stop all this crazy nonsense from happening, so it doesn't like tear the world asunder. And again, very BioShock inspired with like the abilities that you can do and like the stuff that you run into.
And then like the dialogue was cringe, he said. Like it was just
the dialogue was rough. The protagonist would not stop talking. Your assistant, your Jarvis, let's call it this point. Your Jarvis at this point wouldn't stop talking. Their banter back and forth wasn't really, it was like abrasive, which makes sense, but it was annoying because it wouldn't stop talking. And then in the fridge, don't get me started on the fridge.
See, and then Even
Like
just,
the fridge was the fridge was horny for no reason.
yeah, like they're looking at sexy, horny
Yeah.
robots, and it's interesting because they made
hmm
that they made Atomic Hearts 1. They're making Atomic Hearts 2, and now and then after that, in the same showcase, they also announced that they're basically taking what they've been building with those two games, and now they're making a universe in this Atomic Heart thing. But now they have another game that looks like it's
Yeah.
what was it like? What did they say this was? They said this was like a multiplayer game, or did they say it was like a some type of MMO or something, or
Multiplayer RPG.
multiplayer RPG?
It's a multiplayer RPG shooter.
Yeah, and it takes
Which
place
like the
on
story of
this
Atomic
cube.
Heart and the world is very fascinating because it's just like okay, the glory of the USSR and like their crazy atomic power technology and the stuff you get into, and it's more giving like it's also kind of leaning towards Fallout in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I am curious to see how this pans out. Like a multiplayer RPG, like I am curious to see how this one rolls out to help flesh upon the world of Atomic Heart because the world itself is very cool.
The concept of the cube is really cool because it's like, oh, they found a way to make a map that is procedurally generated almost because it's like the cube just keeps spinning. Yep. That means the map's always changing. And it's like, oh, if you're able to get to one part of the
that's
map,
a cool mechanic.
Yeah, that is pretty neat, actually. It's just the whole world is a Rubik's Cube, and it can just be randomized in any type of way, you know?
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. This was the first time they showed us this, and there's no date or window, but, I mean, their engine is very intricate, and everything looks good so far, so who knows how long they've been cooking on both of these games in general, so...
Oh, for real. I'm definitely optimistic to see how well like they flesh out the world of Atomic Heart. It's a lot of cool stuff there.
And then going from one multiplayer game to another one, Splitgate had a presence at the Game Awards. Well, not the Game Awards, the Game Fest.
Yes, sir.
And they
they
were very hyped to talk about how Splitgate is getting a battle royale mode. But it actually looks really, it looks like they're doing a different spin on it, which is actually very contextual to the world of Splitgate. It looks like it's a battle royale where you start in one zone and then it's like a portal closes and you have to jump through that portal to get to the next area type of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like it's it's something where when a certain amount of people are remaining, then the new portal opens, possibly.
Yeah, like it's very cool to see like how they're taking their own spin on the battle royale formula. So like, looks like you're picking up your abilities. Of course, you still get your portal weapon as your portal creator as well. But the fact that you have to like more or less portal jump between world to world is map to map as the ring closes is definitely a neat mechanic. I was always really a fan of Splitgate and its mechanics of like Halo but with portals because I like as brain breaking it can be sometimes, it is really cool to get a play where it's like a guy's camping behind a corner, you shoot the portal, you make a portal behind him, throw a grenade through it, and he blows up through the portal, and it's just like, gotcha, you're not safe. So it's really cool to see them expand upon this, and like honestly, it's a nice take on how a battle royale game flow is going to work because with Fortnite being the real big battle royale, let's be honest, and then Warzone, Splitgate does have the chops to take over in that third place spot because I know Apex Legends has been. I haven't really heard many people rave about Apex Legends in the past like year or so.
Yeah, they've been kind of quiet over there. Does it seem like Splitgate 2 seems like it just showed up. Like, I don't remember there being any hype around Splitgate 2. It just spawned.
Yeah, because Splitgate was kind of low key. Like Splitgate 1 was kind of low key. If you kind of knew, you knew. And then like when they made an announcement saying, "Hey, we're ending support for Splitgate," because I think me and Mark covered it like months ago, where it was like, we were like, oh man, like I really hope that means that I really hope that doesn't mean that they're closing up shop because the game didn't do well. And it's like, oh, no. This is something new that we're working on. We're just ending updates for Splitgate because we're putting all of our focus in the Splitgate 2. And then that was when we got that trailer. So
yeah, but then it's
like
a game, we heard nothing.
It's a game design where like, and we heard nothing until like, we heard nothing on Splitgate 2 Like, other than that trailer that Mark and I came across, we've heard nothing until like Game Awards.
Yeah,
and
then
then
they just randomly dropped it on
of
like,
course then now.
Xbox Game Pass, and then I was just like, oh, it's out?
Yeah.
Oh, it's out.
Yeah, like see, Splitgate just kind of came out. Splitgate 2 just kind of came out, and I'm just like, huh, that's. I mean, sure, that's fantastic, but I wish there was like more groundswell behind it, just because like the people, like the devs on this team, like are huge fans of like traditional Halo style multiplayer with like how the guns feel and how the movement is, and I'm also very much a fan of that. So you would think that they would have made a bigger stink, like a bigger fuss about this game coming out.
Yeah, for sure. However, a game that I think people should make a fuss about coming out is Arc Raiders, because goddamn, Brendan, goddamn, Arc Raiders is so fucking good.
This is the most I've ever seen you,
bro.
This is the most I've ever
so
seen you
surprised.
hype about a shooter, outside from maybe the finals and Marvel Rivals.
No, because like I didn't give a shit about this game, and then I saw it had a beta, AKA what I like to call probably the marathon killer, because this game came out the same weekend in beta as Marathon.
This is the marathon killer.
And people switched over to this from Marathon, and they're like, nah, dude, like this actually seems like this is gonna be a good new extraction shooter. And like everyone in their subreddit is like thought they were gonna get another closed or open beta or something during a Game Fest time frame. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We did get a release date though. It's coming out October 30th. And it's probably gonna be on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam when it drops. Because I played it on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I got it on my
You're
Xbox.
On Steam, yeah.
I was playing on my Xbox when it came out.
Oh yeah.
But no, yeah, this game is really, really good. It's just a solid. It's better than Marathon in the case that it has a better single player experience, because you can go into these maps. It's like basically it's an extraction shooter where there are multiple condensed maps of specific areas in this world. So like in the beta we had like a city, we had a warehouse dam area, and then we also had a spaceport. And each map was already very dense, very big. Every single building had an interior. There were like very good setups in that place. And now there's still like 4 more areas I think that they haven't shown, and we saw like one in this trailer where it was like a mountainous area with lots of greenery that looked really good. But no, yeah, the fact that this game isn't coming out until October, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be putting a lot of time into this game. I'm gonna be prepping to put a lot of time into this game, because I think in the days that I did get to play it, I probably put like fucking 8-10 hours into this game.
Yeah, and it also doesn't help that like this game is also made by the same people who made the finals.
Yes.
Who are the same people who worked on like early Battlefield games, like Battlefield 2, Battlefield Bad Company 2,
and you can feel it too.
Battlefield Bad Company 2, and Battlefield 3, because those games have always felt good. It's why I love the finals so much, because the destruction physics are super good and the gun feel is pretty solid. And then I was over at your place and I played a little bit of Arc Raiders. I'm like, okay, I could see myself getting this game, because this game feels good to play.
So definitely am keeping an eye out on this. So I'm happy that at least had a presence at the Game Fest, and we have a time frame for when I can expect to play that. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, this year, that's crazy. I mean, I say, yeah, it's definitely gonna kill. It's definitely going to just obliterate Marathon. And then I think its only competition really is going to be Escape from Tarkov for an extraction shooter.
True. Let's talk about Mouse PI for Hire, a game that has been in development for a long time. A really cool, unique indie game.
It's been in development for so long. So this game is a rubber hose art style boomer shooter, which if you really like Cuphead and the animation style, this game is really cool. And if you like boomer shooters like OG Doom and to an extent Ultra Kill, and there's like a bunch of other games like this, this game is really cool. I do love the charming art style that it has, with it being the old school like 30s 40s cartoon.
That's crazy, because I think
all
this
these
game
Acme level
originally showed up because of like when the Mickey Mouse thing lapsed, like everyone was doing like Steamboat Willie stuff. I think this person just started making like
when
the
copyright lapse.
So but to see that they eventually made it to like its own original thing.
And this is Yeah, and this is a great parody of it. Like, look, if you like looking at the original Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse IP, because like as we've all seen, everybody wants to make some stupid, horrible, uh, awful horror game with these characters now that are now outside of the copyright now. But this is a nice take on it. So like I'm really curious to see how well this plays out. It was an indie game that popped up at first, and like it looks a lot smoother now than it did when they first showed it off.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. It is something to get used to because I am more with how the style of game is. Uh, the environment is 3D. The pixel like the enemies are typically 2D pixels, especially like known as voxels, where they operate on like a 3D-ish plane, but they're still 2D. So meaning that if you were to shoot an enemy into giblets and you walk around said giblets, those giblets like face like they basically track where your character is looking at it. So it's like a weird pseudo 3D perspective.
Ooh,
But
say giblets.
this game has been on my radar for quite some time. Giblets is a fun word. That's basically what it is. With that being said, this game is something I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on because this has been like again like yeah, since 2024, maybe even like 2023. This game has just been in the ether, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out.
And they got the white man of all time, Troy Baker, to voice their main
The
character.
the white man of all time.
No disrespect to Troy Baker, of course, because he is certified from Harrison Ford that he can actually be he's a really good voice actor, of course, award winning.
No, he's one of the greats of all time.
Yeah, but definitely
So,
it's like you wouldn't
really
think
cool
that
like
he would get the role in this like weird ass little rubber hose indie game, you know?
No, it's not the fact that he wouldn't get the role. It's the fact that he is lending his voice to it.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
This game was an indie game that when they first announced it, and I thought it was just gonna be okay, silent cartoon, silent protagonist, maybe some grunts.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like, oh hey, no, you actually got a real ass for real voice actor in here. So that's definitely a nice breath of fresh air to bring this kind of old style cartoon to life. So yeah, no, this is gonna be a really good show.
Yeah, very, very nice. Let's see, and then another one that's very interesting that we saw here: Wutang, Rise of the Deceiver World. Oh, the Rise of the Deceiver.
Wutang.
So this is this was an announcement. This was very interesting to see.
This was an announcement for real.
So for this, I'm not like the biggest Wutang. I mean, I personally can't think of like any Wu-Tang Clan songs off the top of my head.
Mhm.
I know Wu-Tang. I just can't. I just don't. I'm not like educated in the ways of Wu-Tang, or like I guess well versed in Wu-Tang stuff. But yeah, basically, I think basic knowledge is Wu-Tang Clan is a rap group. And they also
is one of the OGs.
One of the OG.
They're one of the OG hip hop groups. Where that's where you get like Ghostface Killer, you get fucking Method Man. You're getting like a lot like the RZA, the Jizza. You're getting a lot of classic. You're getting some of the best old school hip hop artists of like that era.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is like their third game, second or third video game.
Oh yeah, because there were some back in the day, right?
Yes, there was one that was like a multiplayer beat 'em up. Not multiplayer beat 'em up, but like a kind of like a Def Jam style multiplayer like arena fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
And that game was okay, and it had a weird ass controller, specifically in the shape of the Wu-Tang symbol. But looking at this game, like looking at the trailer, we have very limited gameplay, but it does look really fun. It is a third-person character action game, of course, based around like Wu-Tangisms, and I was expecting this to be like more of a Shaq Fu kind of situation, but this is really interesting to see. Game is developed by Brass Lion. This is like their first game. They are a unknown studio from somewhere. First game, so we will see what happens. I do honestly, little projects like these where like hip hop artists and their respective groups putting their name behind a game has always been very fascinating. Looking at 50 Cent Blood in the Sand
Yeah.
types of 50 Cent Bulletproof type stuff. It's just like you gotta be real confident, at least for people to remember your legacy, and of course to slap your name on it. But I am really happy to see what happened. I am curious, I should say, to see what's going to happen out of this one.
Mm-hmm. That'll be very, very cool to see. And even like the animation in the trailer already looks really good too. So
yeah, it looks solid.
All right, and then another one here. Animation looks real solid, and man, this one feels me with those good feelings, those video game feelings. We have Lego Voyagers, made by the team who made this game called Lego Builder's Journey, which is pretty much I think it would be like the Monument Valley of Lego games, where it's literally it's a hyper realistic Lego video game, unlike the ones where it's like Lego Star Wars or like Lego any other like DC superhero Lego and stuff. This is literally it's a diorama looking ass world made with Legos. Like you can see how it was constructed and scanned into this world. But you're playing as two little 1x1 Lego studs, and they just have eyeballs. It's like one is a blue one with an eyeball, and the other one's a red one with an eyeball. And those are the characters of this video game. And it's cool because it's like they're able to interact with all of these little constructs throughout these like diorama worlds that you're hopping through. And it looks like there's going to be some type of like building mechanics in here, and it's a co-op game, so you can like play it with someone else and do very interesting Lego puzzle solving. I think I have that Lego Builder's Journey game on my Epic Game Store account because I think they made it free during the holidays like a year or two ago. So I definitely need to play that still, because I also remember when this was on Apple Arcade too. So this specific team, the Light Brick team that makes these type of Lego games that are very conceptual in this art style, they make really cool Lego games. So I'm looking forward to playing Lego Voyagers.
It's incredibly charming. Like this is definitely one of those grab your sibling or grab your partner or your spouse and then just play this game for a good couple hours just to vibe while also stressing out about puzzles. Like it's a very charming game. Like, I'm really happy
for sure. Love the personality in that. And then last thing here that we're gonna talk about is Street Fighter 6 being at the Game Fest here, and it was to promote Year 3.
You want to say Game Awards?
It's like Keely's on. It's the Game Awards, bro. It's the same ratio.
Yep.
But yeah, Year 3 of Street Fighter 6, and we're getting 4 more characters into the roster. Last season we got Terry, Mai, Akuma, and Elena, right? Yeah, we got those characters. And
Terry, Mai, Akuma. Terry, Mai, Akuma, and Elena.
Yeah.
Oh, Bison. Bison was DLC.
Oh yeah. Right. But now we're getting Alex, C. Viper, which is a really big one for people. We're getting
she's hot.
Name? Ingrid, I think her name is, and we're also getting Sagat.
Yeah, she's.
I don't know who. Ingrid
she's.
is.
I think Ingrid is from the Street Fighter Alpha series. I think Alpha 2 or Alpha. Yeah, she's from Street Fighter Alpha or Street Fighter either Street Fighter Alpha 2 or Alpha 3, which is like one of like the earlier games.
Do you recall how she plays? I don't know anything about her.
You kind of gotta have. I know a bit about how she plays. She plays a lot like Karin from Street Fighter 5.
Oh, okay.
So,
gotcha.
Privileged white girl type nonsense. I think she also has
Ojo-sama
power. So
build.
that's like Bison to the fireballs. Ojo-sama ass. You gotta have Sagat because who else is gonna go throw tiger uppercuts at Ryu until he dies?
See, I'm confused about Sagat's inclusion from a canonical standpoint, because I could have swore that when Bison came back, Bison's spirit took over Sagat's body. I thought that was the whole fucking point. So now I'm like confused of what's going on in the story.
Street Fighter story makes no sense. Akuma is the biggest threat, but also he has not killed anybody. He has no body count type stuff. So it's just like, it's Street Fighter. Don't ask questions. Just say, oh hey, I can press buttons with this cool character. But also, so by the way, we had a lot of characters over the years. Like the last characters we got most recently was Ed, Elena, Bison, and Akuma.
Elena's so
past
great.
season.
She
I
plays
don't know
really good.
Oh yeah, like her design is like while I'm not a fan of like her current design, they did bring back her retro costumes, but
Yeah.
the fact is she looks amazing.
Mhm.
Period. But I'm real happy to see. Let me go back to the list. I'm also happy to see Alex come back. Like Alex is always Alex.
He's
Fun
one
fact
of those essentials.
was he is because Alex was supposed to be the protagonist of Street Fighter 3 because Capcom at that time wanted to do away with Ryu and Ken and be like, hey, look, we can't be doing Ryu and Ken forever. We need a new protagonist, and everybody hated it. So when Third Strike came out, they were like, all right, Ryu and Ken are back. Here you go. But also Alex is still here. He's still cool as hell. I know they're gonna put Cody in the game at some point. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be like at least season. Like it's gonna be like follow-up season, like year 4 type stuff. I'm really happy to see C Viper back. Like haven't seen her since.
We haven't seen her since literally 4. Yeah.
Since 4, she was not in 5.
Such a cool character, canonically, and also just
she is, and she was difficult.
Yeah,
she's cool but difficult as hell because she has like her whole thing is that like. Yep, and her thing is that like her shtick in 4 is that her Thunder Knuckle is like it's like basically like a ground pound,
right?
And you can cancel it into stuff, and it's insane.
Yeah.
Like what you can do with C Viper in skilled hands. So that with Drive Rush is going to be bonkers. And then now I'm just like, okay, who else could they add? Like realistically, we're likely gonna get Cody. We're probably gonna get another guest character from somewhere.
We're gonna get fucking Rufus. Street Fighter 4.
We're gonna get fucking Rufus. I would love to see Dudley because we don't have. While we do have Ed, who is the no traditional boxer. Like while we do have Ed, who is basically Balrog's replacement, he's nothing like Dudley. And then my heart of hearts, I would love to have Ofuerte back, but we're never going to get him back if I have to accept it.
Man, I mean, we've been getting a lot of
I want to do EX run into Drive Rush into EX run just to get halfway across the screen. It's so dumb. We're also likely going to get Dan back because you kind of can't have Street Fighter without Dan Hibiki.
Yeah,
so,
both Dan and
Sakura. Sakura's way more likely. Sakura's way more likely.
Yeah,
she's a fan favorite. So again, they got some really good picks, and the designs that they did. Listen, Capcom has been popping off on like returning characters and their new designs.
Everyone's been looking so good. Yeah,
it's like Alex kind of looks like a bum, but he also looks like someone you could see in a WWE ring. Sagat, you could tell he's just been through some shit. C Viper, again, a fucking baddie as always, and then Ingrid has definitely stepped her game up as well too. So I'm really, really, really excited to see who comes up, and it looks like, especially at the end of the trailer, we're likely going to get Sagat first because we actually have gameplay of him, and then we're going to go from there.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, that is basically everything that we are down to talk about from Summer Game Fest. What about you guys who were able to listen through this whole video? Stick with us through this discussion here. Shout out to y'all for hanging out with us. Comment down below what your favorite reveal from Summer Game Fest was. Are you looking forward to anything? What wasn't there that you wish was there? Definitely comment down below. Also share this video, comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff to ConMenRDW, and also catch us live when we go live on twitch.tv/ConMenRDW for the commentary podcast. Follow me over at DavidRDW on YouTube and every other social. Also follow Brendan at AGBackTech. All his socials, links in the description down below. Thank you for listening and watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.